Corvo, if only there was someone else I trusted to send, so that you could remain near. But there is no one else, and the Spy Master was right to insist that I send you. The plague has taken so many, and we must find a cure. When you are near, my heart is at peace. Emily and I will count the days until you return. Hurry home, and bring good news.
Steady hand. That's it. Watch it.
Cast off line.
Casting off. We're away. Take us straight to Dunwall Tower. Lord Corvo has news for the Empress, and we've come a long way.
A long way to bring bad news. The sailors say there's a curse on us. Black magic.
Superstition. For all we know, there's a cure for the plague by now.
Maybe. We live in strange times. Sending the Empress's bodyguard away for a couple of months. That's unusual.
Well, this was important. We need help with the rat plague. Ho there! We're going up.
Sealed. Ready.
Turning on the pipes. And she's rising.
Home at last.
Steady pressure. And stop. Shut her down.
The Empress will be waiting for your news, Corvo.
Well, better not keep her waiting.
Fair voyage, sir.
Not too bad, I guess.
You know what to do next time?
Yes. The pressure was too low. All these new machines are touchy. Welcome back, Lord Protector.
There he is. Good voyage, sir.
It's alright.
Her Majesty is waiting in the pavilion.
Hey, alright.
The Spy Master is with her, but she'll want to see you right away.
Alright.
Oh, you're back.
Oh. Hello. Oh.
Will you tell me about your trip, please? Were there any whales? Wait.
Well.
Let's play hide and seek first.
Huh?
I'll cover my eyes and you hide. You have time? Mother's busy talking to that nasty old spy master.
But. Okay, go on.
Okay, here we go. Did you see any monsters while traveling to the other isles? My nanny says the ocean's full of them. But I think she only says that to scare me. Let's see if you're still good at this. I'll hide my eyes and count, and at the end of the countdown, I'll try and find you. Okay, I'm going to count to 10. Find a place to hide.
Alright. Stealth. Use stealth to hide from enemies.
There?
What? This was a good spot. Okay, one more time.
Okay, and find a better hiding place this time. I'll count to 10.
Alright, fine.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6.
This could work.
7, 8. 9, 10. Here I come.
Lurk, leaning around corners. Holding Y, pressing left or right on the left stick. You can lean around corners.
What about here?
Nope. You're wrong. You're never gonna find me.
Not here.
Nope. Not here. You will never find me.
Okay, you win. We should go now, so Mother can see you too. Ugh. While you were gone, Mother seemed very sad. I think she missed you.
Yeah? Well, I miss her too.
Later, will you give me more climbing lessons? Someday I'm going to climb up to the rooftop.
Sure. Let's see what your mother has to say first, and then we'll talk.
Welcome home, Lord Protector.
Hello?
Stop moving, Campbell. And you, Corvo, welcome back. From wherever you've been. They sent him all around the Isles to beg for aid. A waste of time. My elixir will banish the plague from this city. Now keep still a moment, High Overseer Campbell.
I'm not so sure that painting looks like Campbell.
You saw my improvements to the waterlock.
I guess. I guess you can call him that.
It was a fool's errand, Corvo. The plague comes from inside us. We must all strengthen our faith. High Overseer, I must ask you to hold your pose.
She'll see you at once.
Alright.
Think you'll get your own squad
It's been good
after what
traveling
happened
with you,
last
Corvo.
night? Chances are very good.
Hello, my lord.
Hello, maid.
They're sick people, not criminals.
We've gone beyond that question, Your Majesty.
They're my citizens, and we will save them from the plague if we can. All of them.
Very well.
We will not speak of this again.
Mother, Corvo is back.
Thank you, Emily. Leave us, please.
As you wish, Your Majesty. Corvo. 2 days early. Full of surprises, as usual.
Well, what can I say?
Follow me, Captain.
Corvo,
We should
if you
leave
won't marry
them
my mother,
alone.
would you marry me?
What? Anyways.
It's a fair wind that brings you home to me. What news have you brought?
Oh. Yeah, I brought this.
I hoped that one of the other cities had dealt with this before, knew of some cure. This news is very bad. We're at the breaking point. Cowards. They're going to blockade us. They'll wait to see if the plague turns the city into a graveyard.
Are you okay, Mother? You seem sad.
Yes, don't worry, darling. Mother is fine. Wait, where are the guards? Who sent them away?
Mother, look!
Huh?
What are they doing on the rooftop?
What? Emily, come here!
What the hell is this? What is the meaning of this? Stand back.
Emily, get behind me! Look out! Another one! Corvo, thank you. If you hadn't been here...
Yeah. Oh.
No more. Again. Mommy! No! Get away from her!
Let me go. No.
Corvo, it's all coming apart. Find Emily. Protect her. You're the only one who'll know what to do. Won't you? Corvo.
Ward us all. Look at what he's done.
No.
Yes,
It was...
he's killed the Empress.
I did no such thing. Where is your proof?
What did you do with young Lady Emily, traitor?
Her own bodyguard. Ironic.
I'll see you beheaded for this, Corvo. Take him.
Wait a minute. Let's talk...
This is your final chance, Corvo. Sign the confession, and let me give you the rights to put your spirit at ease.
Why would I...
That's enough for now. Get out. Let's give the man some time to think. Corvo, the Empress is dead. Her daughter Emily is hidden away, and no one will ever know the truth.
Yes, unlucky you. Tomorrow you'll be executed, but it's for a good cause. This country needs strong leadership now, someone to guide the weak, and that's where we come in.
Is that right?
There's nothing personal in this, even though you almost sank our plans. But it turned out well. You were in the wrong place at the right time, and someone has to take the fall. Goodbye, Corvo. Guards! Take him back to his cell.
You should eat, Corvo. This meal comes from a friend.
What? I still have friends? This can't be right. Is this another prank? Oh. Corvo, who we are is irrelevant right now. Just know that we have faith in you. Here's the key to your cell. Once you're out, head for the prison's interrogation room. Take the explosive there and plant it on the outer door. When the bomb goes off, run. Make for the river and lose yourself in the sewers. You'll find some useful gear stashed there. One of the prison guards will leave a weapon just outside your cell. Good luck. We need you alive for what... We need you alive and well for what's to come. A friend. Huh.
Hey, can I buy your ration of elixir from today? Another night, another patrol with you.
Alright. We're off to a good start.
So many people are coming to the execution tomorrow.
You're out. Good for you. Cut some throats.
I'll,
Let me out. I've got 3 days to cut my head.
Shh. Quiet.
Noble Lord Protector get his head chopped.
Don't give us away.
You're as bad as us betting on the dogfights.
Hey,
Ooh.
guard me, will you?
Attention. The solitary wing is off limits to maintenance crews, unless accompanied by an officer of the watch. Escort to the solitary wing must be scheduled in advance, with 1 week's notice.
Stupid goddamn Dublin son of
personnel assigned to the event and approved dignitaries only.
Come on, man. It was almost there. Oh well. Take some of the loot. Interesting. Potted whale, what? Okay.
Hey, I heard you got linked in a riot car.
Where are you guys going? Where are y'all running off to? Oh! Oh, that's where they're headed.
Attention. Tomorrow's execution will be restricted to the personnel assigned to the event and approved dignitaries only.
Oh, I see.
Can't stay hidden forever.
Yeah?
Oh, I'll find.
Watch me.
I'll flush you out. I know you're somewhere around here. I know you're got you now. Dump you in the river. Someone help me out.
Why did that not work? Wasting my time.
The solitary wing is off limits to maintenance crews, unless accompanied by an officer of the watch.
Why does it have to be precisely on his back?
Scheduled in advance with 1 week's notice.
Whatever. We got the key. We can go now. Okay. Nobody here. This can't be right. Where are all the guards at?
Attention. Tomorrow's execution will be restricted to the personnel assigned to the event and approved dignitaries only.
Okay. An explosive in the interrogation room. Where could that be? Duty officers report Corvo's interrogation. Corvo Attano, formerly the Royal Protector, will be brought in for interrogation. This is of utmost importance. The Lord Regent and High Overseer Campbell will conduct the questioning themselves. Follow their orders without hesitation, and keep the torturer under control. If Corvo dies in his hands, instead of getting the public execution of the Lord Regent wants... Instead of getting the public execution the Lord Regent wants, it'll be your head that rolls next. I see. They really wanted that confession.
Corvo's unconscious again. Though he's taken more punishment than the 2 men we brought in for interrogation. When he wakes, we'll start again. Having him sign the confession for her murder isn't critical, but it might be useful to us later. The assassination of an Empress is not a trivial matter.
Yeah, you can say that again, Baldo. You can say that again. The Trials of Aptitude. Excerpt from a book on the esoteric practices of the Abbey. Once a child shows the proper inclination, he is marked. Overseers are assigned to study the subject surreptitiously. Surreptitiously, in order to determine whether this inclination is supported by cosmological conditions and other signs, ongoing throughout the year. At the end of the cycle, those befitting further testing are removed from their homes some hours before dawn, and must begin the march to an outpost outside the city. There, the children undergo ritual preparation and evaluation until the last night of the month of rain, when they make a pilgrimage to Whitecliff. During an elaborate ceremony, it is determined which of the children will become overseers and which must be put down. Alright. Clockwork explosive. Sure. Oh. Interesting.
Ackworth, you lazy slug. Did you patrol the yard?
Sorry, not yet. I was gonna report that boiler leak from yesterday.
Forget
Attention.
it. Just do your rounds. Reports trouble for both of us.
To the personnel assigned to the event and approved dignitaries only.
Did I tell you about the time I almost caught that guy who killed the Empress?
Blow off. Nasty furry filth.
Attention. The solitary wing is off limits to
Yeah, but
maintenance
everything has to be set up
unless
today.
accompanied by an officer of the watch.
See his hand.
Escort through the solitary
Not
wing
everyone
must
did.
be scheduled
I
in
really
advance
like the
with
Empress.
1 week's notice.
No. No assassin here.
Let's beat him to the Hound.
Just die. He got it.
Terribly sorry about this, gentlemen. This did not turn out how I wanted. But I'm afraid you gave me no choice in the matter.
Attention. Tomorrow's execution will be restricted to
And now you all must die.
assigned to the event and approved dignitaries only.
Jelly deals. Getting a lot of bullets now. That's either a good sign or a not so good sign. Go. There we go. To the sewers. You'll never catch me, coppers. Yeah, you know what? I think I'm done with the prison for now. I'm ready to go to the sewers. Thank you very much. There we go. Prison escaped.
Use some kind of explosive to blast his way out. That doesn't happen by accident.
You think he had help?
Oh.
Who'd know how to do that?
Interesting.
Bottle Street gang, maybe. Watch for Boop.
Corvo, if you're reading this, it means our plan worked and you've broken free from Coldridge. One of our contacts has hidden weapons for you somewhere deeper in the sewers. Grab the gear and find Samuel where these tunnels dump out into the river. He will bring you to us. A friend who will meet you soon.
Be some down here by the look of it.
Huh.
Good. If we're lucky.
It's very optimistic.
You're afraid of him? He's Circonian. It's all merchants and whores down there.
Kids like you never saw what he was like. I saw him fight 3-to-1 in the practice yard.
The rats must be hungry today. Oh. Alright. Will the rats get me in the water? I sure hope not. Oh. Excuse me, sir. You seem to be blocking the way. Thank you. Potted whale meat. Delicious.
Aren't we supposed to load the bodies in the carts headed to the flooded district?
Yeah, but screw that. That's too far. I don't want to catch the plague. You?
No. Doesn't the elixir prevent it?
Maybe. Either way, let's just dump them down there. The rats.
Attention Dunwall citizens. The assassin Corvo, responsible for the murder of our fair Empress and the disappearance of Lady Emily, heir to the throne, has temporarily escaped state custody. Any evidence as to his whereabouts must be delivered to the City Watch at once.
The outsider walks among us. Okay. If you say so. Rotten Tevian pear. You know what? I think I'm good. I prefer my Tevian pears a little bit less rotten. Oh? Oh! Why is the only option trigger, not disarm? What kind of retard are you, Corvo? Alright, well, whatever. We can go here now. Oh. Projectile launcher. Fascinating. Any other surprises, tricks? Greetings, Corvo, or should I say Lord Protector, as you were known before that title was wrongfully taken from you. We are servants of the Empire and of the true Empress, a group of loyalists who want very much to meet you. Take these weapons, crafted for you of the finest materials in the Isles, and meet with our man Samuel, near where these tunnels will spill into the Wrenhaven River. All haste and luck. We share a common purpose. Crossbow? A new blade. Intriguing. Quick access wheel. Left bumper. Sure. Alright, well, thanks for the stuff, fellas. It's time I was on my way. Oh. Jelly, in case you're too deaf to remember, look to your whiskey for the answer. Whiskey, got it? If you want to share, you'll sort it out. If not, I'll come back for it next month. Oh, combination required. Look to your whiskey for answers. Oops. Help. Okay. I'll see no whiskey around these parts. There's a wrench of sorts. Oh. too risky for answers. Oh! Of course. 451. Why am I not surprised? Kablooey. Jewel box. 50 whopping coins. Fantastic.
He won't get past me, sir.
Do you know who we're hunting here? Don't try to take him out alone.
But what if no one from the squad is around?
You try to make a lot of noise when you die. Knock something over if you can.
Bastard. Smells like a dead weeper in here. Heard something.
No, he didn't. Be quiet. If you know what's good for you.
Stay alert, you worm. He's not getting out this way on my watch.
Yeah. I wouldn't be so sure. Rat skewer. You know what? I'm actually not that hungry anymore.
I'll find you.
Alright then. I'll teach you to throw rocks at me. Like I'm some sort of peasant. Don't you know who I am? Oh? Huh. Oh. What's happening? What is that?
Attention, Dunwall citizens. The assassin Corvo, responsible for the murder of our fair Empress and the disappearance of Lady Emily, heir to the throne, has temporarily escaped state custody. Several brave officers of the state are dead by his hand. He is to be captured or killed at any cost.
Hey, some I didn't kill. I didn't kill all. I also...
Over here. Quickly, I'm a friend.
Hello?
I'm Samuel. And I work for some good people who want very much to meet you. They said you'd come out here. I can still hardly believe it. I'll take you to meet them.
Yeah?
Just down the river from here.
Alright, old man. Let's go.
This is the Hound Pit's pub. Closed for business. Half the district marked off as dead from the plague. We're right under the Lord Regent's nose, and he don't know a thing.
Fascinating.
Of course, if anyone finds out what we're up to, the Watch will break in with swords drawn.
Sure.
Now that you've escaped, the Lord Regent's going to be tearing the city apart. Take you up to meet Admiral Halflot and the rest of the Loyalists. The Admiral's a man to be reckoned with. anyone can help you find that missing girl, Lady Emily, and clear your name, he can.
Well, I sure hope so. Alright. Off we go to find the Admiral.
I expect they're hard at work in there. Best join them. They'll help you get whoever really killed the Empress.
Yeah, alright then. Maybe we should talk to them before we start exploring.
So it's starting at last, Admiral. We've found our man. Even after 6 months in Coldridge...
We can continue this later, Lord Pendleton. The man of the hour is here. Corvo, I'm Admiral Havelock. A true servant of the Empire, like you. Until the Lord Regent purged those of us who wouldn't recognize his claim on the throne.
And I'm Lord Trevor Pendleton. I represent the nobility in our little group. But we all act as equals here at the Hound Pit's pub.
This is a momentous occasion, Corvo. I'm going to come out with it. We've been building a coalition of loyalists, aimed at ending the Lord Regent's tyranny and restoring the throne.
At risk of execution, we're committed to finding young Lady Emily and seeing her crowned as Empress.
We've got big plans, but we can't do any of it without you. We need your skills, your ability in a fight, and in helping us, we're going to help you destroy the men who murdered the Empress.
Sorry, you must be exhausted. We can discuss this further after you've recovered. But before you retire, you should introduce yourself to Piero. He's challenging at times, but his industrious mind buys him that right.
Alright.
Yes. Piero's as much an artist as a technician. He's going to be crafting the gear you'll need. Go talk to him, and then get some sleep. We can talk more when you've rested.
Fair enough. So, is this your place, or? Y'all get any customers around here? Doesn't seem like it. Place kind of feels, well, empty, I guess. Now it's gonna be even emptier once I'm done with this place.
River traffic is forbidden from landing in the distillery district due to risk of infectious contact. Violators will be taken to the flooded district for treatment.
My, you must be Corvo. I am Lydia, at your service. Your room is upstairs and ready. When they told me who it was, well, I thought you'd be older, like the Admiral.
What? Oh, what is it? Excerpt from a series of Overseer Invocations by High Overseer Abram Templeton. And I say to you, brothers, it is here that we make our stand as a righteous force against the growing darkness. It is here that we unite against the spirits of the unknown that would drag us screaming into the night, never to return to our homes, to our families. Together we will serve as a rod to those who would stray from the herd, for the foggy gray wastes of the outsider. We will burn a bright fire with our virtuous actions so that others will not lose their way. And to those who choose to wander beyond the walls of our homes in far places, we will strike at them swiftly before they whisper to their neighbors, filling their hearts with strangeness and doubt. Okay. We'll take that. Excerpt from a book of sea shanties sung by sailors. What will we do with a drunken whaler? What will we do with a drunken whaler? What will we do with a drunken whaler? Early in the morning. Okay. Feed him to the hungry rats for dinner. Alright. It's like a cover song. Cover version. The Young Prince of Tevia. Excerpt from a theater play. Lord Nathan Bale, shaking with outrage. How dare you, sir, clothed so in my very home? I should hand you over to the watch, depraved Tevian. Prince Callista, moving closer. That's a harsh welcome for loyal royalty, my lord. Your daughter treated me with much more hospitality. Alas, she has gone out for the evening, leaving me all alone. Lord Nathan Bale, stammering, studying the younger man before him. What are you doing? Leave this house. Go back to your frozen wasteland, pale rascal. Prince Callista, smiling coyly, reaching out. No need for anger between us, Lord Bale. Is it so wrong for me to be here? As I've proven, I've developed an affinity for you and your family. Lord Nathan Bale, gasping. Oh, my, Callista, your skin is so warm, it burns. What? Okay. The Shadow on Bitterleaf. Excerpt from a longer work of fiction. Finding my way by the feeble light of the dying fire, I saw her working. A large needle moved in her hand, following precise esoteric patterns, knots and loops of seamstress craft from ancient days. Beneath her needle, his body clenched and shuddered, shaking the wooden table. A morbid fascination pushed me closer, until she turned her blank face toward me, resting the needle in his flesh. With a refined tone she addressed me. So you are the lover, I presume? You two have been unfaithful, and it is now your turn to be mended. Oh, I see. I thought this was my room, but these are some reading material for the, Excerpt from the Travel Journal of a Whaler in His Final Days. A Gaffer's Tale, Volume 2, or A Gaffer's Final Passage. After more than a quarter of a century, I am done with whaling, too broken to continue. I've seen all the corners of the Isles and made more coin than most men see in a lifetime, but it's all gone. I've lived through an emperor and watched his daughter take the throne. Fair young empress she was, but slain so young. Everything beautiful comes to die. I've eaten in every port of the known world and sailed in the loneliest waters you could imagine. I've seen the cliffs around Pandacia. Even the best of it doesn't give me an ounce of joy. The years come back across my dreams as a line of butchered bodies, long, sleek, and singing among the waves under the moonlight, only to be speared by ugly, weather-scarred men who would knife each other for a good pair of boots. Each year I had less time to come home. My tongue forgot the language of small chatter, and those who lived in the cities thought me odd. My sister Nina hardly knew what to say to me during our visits. She lost her business to the Lord Regent's crooked barrister. I was 100 miles east of Morley, gaff hand frozen from the sleet as we tracked the first bull whale we'd seen in months. I helped her as much as I could, but Nina died in the early days of the plague. None of it mattered. If I'm jaded and bitter, it's because this industry has taken away my dreams. The world has beaten me.
Do not attempt to house or care for a friend or family member who shows signs of blood on their face and chest area. The only way to help them is to bring them to the City Watch. They will be...
Havelock Log Entry 1. It has been days since our men were dispatched to stash weapons for Corvo in the old sewer. They have now returned, so I can only hope that they succeeded in getting the packages delivered. Piero spent considerable time and resources making those things. If I could find a way to mass-produce them, the Dunwall Navy would secure its place as the dominant force on the globe. But back to Corvo. Can he actually break out of Coldridge, and if so, will he make his way here? I personally give him odds of 1 in 5.
To the flooded district for treatment.
Log entry 1-4. It seems we have moved to a new phase. Martin's improvisations have borne fruit. The former bodyguard has been freed and is en route to the staging location. With Pendleton's voting block and my military connections, All we've lacked is the ability to project lethal force in a controlled manner against a previously inaccessible... to the point, we need a man who can kill the bastards for us. Corvo is more than capable of that, I have no doubt. N-ball. Is this off? Switch. Switch, where the hell is it?
Alright, sorry about that, everyone. We got a little bit cut off there. But don't worry, we're back now. And we can continue looking around the pub. This is the Admiral's room, I'm guessing?
Dunwall citizen.
Admiral
Be
Havelock.
advised, the river crust infestation has spread downriver, as far as the river mouth and flooding district. Do not attempt to approach or destroy a river crust.
So-called ally of the Empire. But, you know, seeing how the last people who claimed to be allies of the Empire ended up framing me for the murder of the Empress, you can see why I have some reservations. Here we go, A Gaffer's Tale Volume 1. Now we can understand the whole story. Excerpt from the Travel Journal of a Young Whaler, A Gaffer's Tale Volume 1, or A Gaffer's Early Adventures. My sister Nina and I left Tivia together, saying goodbye to our aunt, the woman who had raised us since childhood, leaving behind our home city of Yarrow and the cold but beautiful white landscapes we had always known. We boarded a ship for Dunwall. Our parents had left us with a sizable inheritance, and we spent half of this getting to the capital city and establishing a small import shop dedicated to Tivian furs. Once I'd helped Nina establish the business, I was free to pursue my dreams. Signing on with a whaling ship was the most exciting thing I'd ever done, and I saw it as a means to an end. Someday I would captain my own crew and eventually own a fleet of similar vessels. With tears in her eyes, Nina kissed me farewell, and I did not see her again for many months. As an apprentice to the Gaffer, I got to see the tracking and killing of the great beasts up close. Nothing had ever fired my spirits so, as the wind and pounding waves racing after a wounded whale, being pulled by a skein of cables embedded in its thick flesh. I changed more in those first 7 months than I had in the previous 7 years. Whaling was beginning to put its mark on me, so that Nina barely recognized me when I returned. Tanned and sinewy with muscle, weather creases already wrinkling the corners of my eyes. But she could see that I was filled with joy, having found my purpose. Admiralty and the Fleet. Excerpt from book on naval history. While each of the Isles has some form of naval fleet, none is more envied than that of Bristol, with its long, proud history of great ships and the admirals who command them. Boys come of age in the cities of Bristol, hoping to someday captain such a ship, and family dynasties are made by those captains who track down infamous pirates or crush seditious uprisings, as during the Morley insurrection. In times of war and peace, Bristol continues to innovate at sea. The ship designs of Anton Sokolov himself now represent the highest standard in the whaling trade, allowing crews to haul their kill up over the deck and begin their butchery and processing, even as the ship returns to Dunwall. The crews can be seen working on their latest whale as the ship moves slowly up the Runhaven River, coming to dock with one of the powerful Warehouse companies such as the Greaves Whaling House, suspended in the rigging overhead and backlit by the setting sun. The silhouette of one of these creatures makes a moving sight as it cruises to its final resting place in the industrial heart of the capital city. Okay, there we go. We made it. That was a drawn-out paragraph there with no punctuation. Nearly took all the breath out of me. Alright. Is this my room? Alright. It is now. Oh, hello.
Pleased to meet you, Master Corvo. I saw you at court in happier days, but you might not remember. I was once a close ally to the Lord Regent, Hiram Burroughs.
Oh, yeah.
He was just the spy master. He's one manipulative bastard, I can tell you that.
Yeah. Can say that again.
My furnishings have been installed at last with no small amount of complaining by that antiquated boatman. The others have no idea what it's like to suffer as I have. Speaking of which...
Wallace, please breathe 2 bottles of Dunwall Red, never mind which, and fetch a clean glass.
Well, I'll begin again tomorrow.
Huh. Alright. I will leave you to it then.
If I may, I am the personal assistant to Lord Pendleton, and one of the senior servants at Pendleton House, as was my father. Now I am entrusted with this house, the home of the Loyalists. I have never seen the Admiral fail at any venture. If order can be restored to the city of Dunwall, I believe he can do it. If anyone can get your old life back, it's him.
Alright. If you say so, friend. Hey, are you the same person, or is there only one maid here?
I'm sorry it's so dark. We can't risk being seen. It is a bit romantic, though, isn't it?
Well, it's all relative, I guess. Relative on how you define it. Alright. What's with the ominous music to my room? It's just my room, guys. No need to be so dramatic.
Attention, Dunwall citizens. Lady Emily Kaldwin was
the Admiral
abducted
served in the
6
Navy
months
under the
ago
Empress.
during her mother's
But
terrible
something
murder.
happened with the Lord Regent
Anyone
that
with
drove the
information
Admiral
leading
out.
to the location or
If I
return
understand
of the
it
daughter of our beloved late Empress is required to speak to the City Watch at once.
Did you do that?
No. It just broke on its own. Weird, isn't it? So...
I'll be crafting your weapons and gear.
Yeah.
All custom work. For you, I will create the tools of a master assassin.
Okay. Thank you.
No!
You must be...
It cannot happen now. The tank
What?
of whale oil's running.
Oh.
Will you get a new tank from upstairs, please, while I hold this in place? Be careful. The oil's unstable.
Yeah.
When it explodes, there is a terrible mess.
Okay. I'll get right on it, sir. A second solution. Excerpt from a series of newspaper articles from prominent natural philosophers, by Piero Joplin. It is through no fault of my own that the average citizen has expressed a preference for Sokolov's elixir over my own formula, sold as Piero's remedy, a name I did not choose if you must know the truth. The public has spoken its usual message of idiocy, spending their coin as a means of selecting Sokolov's formula over mine, which I believe to be equal, if not superior. Much has been made over the popularity of these concoctions as a means of resisting this remarkable new plague. I say remarkable because this strain works with an efficiency we have not seen in the history of the Empire. Uh-oh. I don't like where this is going. This plague, now making its way through the city of Dunwall, is unrivaled in its effectiveness. I have studied it within the blood of those so afflicted, and it is nearly perfect. Elegant, in fact. And while it is true that Piero's remedy and Sokolov's elixir are known to protect the body against the plague equally, my own has properties, not fully understood, which relate to the mind itself and the spirit. And it is in this way that my formula wins out. Here is where one should pay attention to this contest, for you see, Sokolov's elixir, with its emphasis on the brute animal body, is a crass goo, better suited for livestock. The subtle and secret variants in the key ingredients making up Piero's remedy ensure that it works on the higher functions that separate humankind from the mindless blue-jawed hagfish swimming in the Wrenhaven River. Piero? No. I will not sign off on these purchases. A bag of powdered crystal? TV and ore? What's wrong with the metals in crystal? King Sparrow feathers? If you need feathers, sacrifice your own pillow. Maybe at the Academy everything you needed was paid off by tariff and handed out willy-nilly, but this is my bar, or what's left of it, and we're operating on a budget. We're running low on oil, food, elixir, building materials, and everything else, so you've got to slow down. While I'm footing the bill, I will not approve your purchases unless they're absolutely required. No more copper wire or special herbs. If you need those things, go out and scavenge them. Half the city is in ruins, so no one is going to miss any of the old crap, the odd crap you seem to need. Huh. Failed Experiments. Excerpt from a series of lectures on natural philosophy by Piero Joplin. Of course I have attempted to improve upon Sokolov's designs, of course, and why not? After all, it is likely that his thinking was influenced in some small way by our time together at the Academy. We are all part of a community, striving to unknot the mysteries of the cosmos. Even those among us who possess the greatest minds are often led to a fruitful line of consideration by, how does one say it, our intellectual subordinates. Sokolov is no exception to this, despite the glamour of genius he has cast over the aristocracy. And further, it is true that many of my experiments have failed. No need to gossip about it behind my back in your social clubs and in the very chambers of the Academy itself. Great ambition requires risks. You may laugh now at my door to nowhere, but someday you will not. Your children will likely see it as commonly as you see the electric lamps lighting the streets at night. But a few short years ago you would have laughed at Sokolov's arc pylon or wall of light. Your laughter, your condescending smiles, they are nothing but evidence of your own limited imagination. Dead Counter Responsibilities. Excerpt from Manual on City Watch Procedures. Commissioned by the Lord Regent in the face of the growing plague crisis, the dead counter is a position that will only be given to officers, usually of junior or middle grades, in most matters of edict or curfew enforcement. These officers will defer to the acting officer on duty. However, any dead counter will have command in situations related to the plague and the handling of the dead, including those with late-stage plague symptoms, called weepers in common parlance. Starting in the month of rain, interested officers may apply for the test, and, if accepted, for the 2-week training tour. Pay will be administered in coin and rations of elixir, at 1 1/2 normal pay grade. Whale Vivisection. Excerpt from the notes of a natural philosopher aboard a whaling ship. Remarkably, each specimen I had the pleasure of studying during the voyage possessed some minor variance in physiology. On the second leg of the trip, east of Tivia, the crew hauled aboard a female, some 42 inches in length. Inches? Probably not inches. Probably feet? Is the one dash, is that feet or inches? I estimate she weighed 35 tons, and the ship sat... okay, well, 35 tons, then it's not going to be 42 inches, is it? It's probably going to be 42 feet? Sure, 42 feet. I estimate she weighed 35 tons, and the ship sat low, rocking side to side through the night with her thrashing. By candlelight, I took her apart, sketching and taking notes. Against her bellowing, I cut into the massive tentacles around her mouth. Within, I found row upon row of teeth and a baleen running along the upper jaw. Through this broom-like structure, I assumed she filtered food from the water that was too small to be chewed. Whale Oil Processing. Excerpt from the founder of the Greaves Whalehouse by Ebenezer Greaves. Out at sea, they secured the beast with hooks, with lines cast from the main ship and from several smaller boats. Buoys keep the whale from diving deep. Once it's caught, a larger hook is driven through the tail, which is used to hoist the creature up through the chute. They moan and bellow for some time as the men get them onto the deck, then lift them into the scaffolding overhead. The ship adjusts its prow and returns to port in Dunwall, where the crew works on the great creature, slicing off the fattiest parts while it still lives. Whale Oil Refilling Station. Sokolov no longer has the upper hand with regard to supplies of whale oil. The good admiral has paid for the installation of my own system, which will enable me to work in this place. The oil tank dispenser, when activated, will produce an empty vessel for filling. When the empty tank is held near the oil tank refill pump, the magnetic attractor should take the tank and lock it into the correct configuration. Using the lever, we'll begin the refilling process. Once refilling is completed, the tank can be removed and placed in service. Extreme caution must be used in handling the full tanks. They are quite unstable. The system is sound and well engineered. It appears that the Greaves Oil Company has done something correctly, for once.
The Academy teaches that absurd idea that the energy in whale oil arises from the need to maintain life functions at extreme ocean depths. The pressure and the cold are too much to endure without it. I speculate that a human being might, by a process of adaptation, produce high-energy humors in the body. I could build a tank that would slowly increase pressure on a subject over a long period of time, and then observe them for years if need be, to see if the formulation of energetic substances develop. Surely the Empress would be able to furnish me with facilities, subject to the necessary legal amnesty.
Huh. Oh, there's one already ready to go. Okay. Have to be very gentle with it. Very gentle. Don't drop it, don't throw it.
Now plug it in.
Don't shake it about.
Just get it near the receptacle. Magnetism will do the rest.
There we go.
Perfect. Thank you, Cole.
Magnetism for the win.
Here, see? The assassin's mask.
Mask?
You're a wanted man, so everyone in the city knows your face, but this mask will mean terror to them. If you just hold still, the fit must be precise.
Okay.
There. Can you see normally?
Yeah.
Lens out of alignment. There. Better now? I could create
a little bit.
Upgrades for your gear, weapons, munitions. But our situation here is desperate. Scavenge the city for valuables, and I will resell them on the black market. That should give us the money to craft the things you need.
Alright.
Tell me what I can make for you.
Yes, let's have a look. We can purchase Some bolts, some sleeping bolts, some bullets, spring razor, trap, rewire tool. Allows you to rewire circuitry and turn security systems to your advantage. Grenades. Pistol upgrade. Sword crossing. Makes the sword more effective when locking blades and pushing against an enemy. Bone charm capacity, spring razor capacity, bolt capacity, bullet capacity, mask optics, magnify your view, grenade capacity. Alright, sure. We'll get one pistol upgrade and one sword upgrade. There you go. And that's it.
You must be exhausted. I advise that you get some sleep. Your life will get even more difficult soon. You should rest while you can.
Yeah, you're probably right. I'll head to my room for sleep.
Sleep well.
Good night. Oh, wait a minute. Something is not right. What happened to the pub? Oh, did the world end while I was sleeping? What happened?
Hello, Corvo.
Oh.
Your life has taken a turn, has it not? The Empress is
I guess
dead.
you could say that.
Her precious daughter Emily is lost somewhere in the city, and you will play a pivotal role in the days to come. For this,
right?
I have chosen you and drawn you into the void.
Chosen me? The
I
void?
am the outsider, and this is my mark.
Outside?
There are forces in the world and beyond the world. Great forces that we call magic. And now, these forces will serve your will.
What?
Use this newfound power. My gift to you.
Gift?
Come find me.
Find you? What? What is going on? Blink? LT to execute a fast and stealthy forward dash through the world. You can also use it to move upward, but the distance is reduced. Aiming at ledges will allow you to blink forward and climb up. Hold to target your destination with precision. A blue sphere indicates that you should reach your destination. A blue arrow indicates that you will climb up when you reach your destination. What is this? You cannot save her, 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 you cannot save her. No shit, Charlotte, she's already dead. Ooh. Piero's spiritual... Oh. Oh, okay. So Piero's remedy restores mana, and Sokolov's thing restores health. Oops. Oh. What? Why did that happen? Huh? Can I do it in midair, maybe? No? Huh. Okay. It does seem like I can do it in midair, but oops. Okay, I didn't mean to do that. Yeah, look how close you need to be. That's crazy. Oh. Maybe if I drink the elixir? No? Doesn't matter how much mana you have, it's always the same distance. Well, okay. So I guess I'm doing something wrong here? I'm really doing my... This is about as far as I can get. Not sure on what to do. Can I... No? I don't know. Shit. There we go. Corvo, I am very sad. They say that you are dead like mother, but I'm going to put this note in a bottle and throw it into the river because I'm not living here with first plate. This is all fake. Why? Am I really supposed to fall for this? Just get to the point. What do you want from me? Oh, great. Oh, brother. Shit. Oh. If I aim at a ledge, I can climb up. There we go. Thank you. What are you doing? Try and take over the world? Not on my watch. Oh my god. Striders. Mecha Striders. What is that? Softa. Oh. Just ran into them and they extinguished.
In the days that follow, your trials will be great, Corvo.
Oh, yeah?
Seek the ancient runes bearing my mark in the lonely places of your world, and at shrines raised in my name. These runes will grant you powers beyond those of other men. To help you find these runes, I give you this, the heart of a living thing, molded by my hands.
What kind of thing? Just a thing?
With this heart, you will hear many secrets, and it will guide you toward my runes, no matter how they may be hidden.
I see.
Listen to the heart now, and find another rune.
You want me to follow your heart? Clipping the heart in your left hand helps you locate bone charms or runes, even through walls. The heart beats and lights up when you are facing a bone charm or rune, and it beats faster as you get closer. The heart will whisper secrets if you press LT while targeting a person or location.
This place is the end of all things, and the beginning.
Okay, thank you. Very informative.
All of time's meaning is here. Neither seconds, nor centuries. Someday this place will devour all the lights in the sky. The one who walks here hears all things. Cradle songs of comfort and bones gnawed by teeth. This is the place from which those who dabble in black arts draw their power. And this place is their doom. I can feel the great age ending. This place is the end of all things, and the beginning. All of time's meaning is here.
Okay, well, it seems like you've already run out of knowledge.
Neither seconds, nor centuries.
That's good. So, what do I do with this? Oh, when it's collected some runes, open the journal and go to the power section to exchange them for powers. Runes can be collected and used to acquire supernatural powers. Powers. Dark vision. See in the dark and see living beings through walls, including their fields of vision. Representations of the sounds that you make are also visible. Oh, it's an activated. It's not a passive power. Well, what's the point then? Possession, very high. Allows control of animal targets for a short duration. Human targets. Possession is very powerful. If your host were to die, you would endure the same fate. Bend time. Slow time for a short duration. Completely stops time for a shorter duration. Devouring swarm. Summon rats. Wind blast. Release wind. Vitality. Oh, we can. Okay, there's some passive upgrades. Agility. Shadow kill. Alright, well, I'm not interested in dark vision, so I guess I'll get some health increase. You have an extended health bar. At level 2, you regenerate more health faster.
How you use what I have given you falls upon you, as it has to the others before you.
Others?
Now I return you to your world, but know that I will be watching with great interest.
You mean there were other people that were also framed for murdering an empress? Okay, well, it was definitely not a dream. Bone charms. Bone charms provide small supernatural benefits. Locate them by listening for the song they emit. By default, you can activate up to 3 bone charms at once in the bone charm section of the journal. Bone charms, bone charms. Mystical rat artifact. Pouch. Bone charm. Mystical fish artifact. Bone charm, bone charm, bone charm. Bone pouch. Okay. Field survey notes, The Royal Spy, excerpt from the personal memoirs of Hiram Burroughs, dated several years earlier. This is the 4th day, month of high cold. Progress continues on the suppression of gang activity in the distillery district, but more slowly than I'd expected. The ruffians operating there have been cunning, I'll grant them that. But it's only a matter of time. I'll see their leaders flogged in public and sent beneath the royal executioner's blade. If I had my way, that mute bastard would be working night and day, removing the heads that need removing. Internally, the Empress does not seem pleased with my investigations. It seems that it is beyond her thinking, against her very nature as a trusting person, to believe that traitors move among us. But I know they do. They must. No, Jessamine would rather spend her time with the Royal Protector. At least he's likely to stop any immediate threat to her safety. But a strong arm is not what's needed against those who would undermine us. How will Corvo's sword stop a poisoned wine glass or an explosive delivered by courier? It will not. There are many threats around us, threats requiring meticulous efforts to police. Young Lady Emily is undisciplined, I'm afraid. Here within Dunwall Tower she receives instruction from the finest tutors known in the Isles, yet her mother spoils her and she spends most of her time lost in imagination, wasting her time drawing or asking Corvo to teach her to fight with wooden sticks. The girl might rule the Empire someday. Every moment spent at play is a moment wasted. Shoring up security for the main gate leading into Dunwall Tower has been another pet project of late. To think that back in his day, Emperor Kaldwin left it open to the public during the day, allowing anyone to come and go as they pleased. If it were up to me, I'd seal off access to the streets entirely. But the Empress won't hear of it. The waterlock is much easier to protect, and if it were the only way into the tower, traffic in and out would be greatly reduced. Someday the wrong person is going to slip in and will suffer for it, mark my words. No amount of security is excessive when it comes to protecting heads of state. The Empress also disapproves of my plans for the Sokolov devices. Sokolov himself has no interest in security, of course, but he's vain, and therefore keen to see his inventions deployed in any fashion. This wall of light he's been tinkering with has promise. In any case, at least I was able to convince the Empress to upgrade the pistols carried by the officers of the watch. Why do I worry so, when no one else seems to care? If I ever fall asleep, will it all sink into the ocean? Will the rough things clamber over the walls and fill themselves in our flesh? This is what I see in the same dream several times each month. If only I had more say in things, more authority, I could protect us all. Perhaps I've been working too hard. Dinner and an evening of conversation with a certain lady of refinement might be in order. Perhaps somewhere nice in the estate district. Rumors and sightings. Dawood. What? Dawood? Excerpt from an overseer's covert field report. For over a year now, I have lived away from the Abbey, without the company of my overseer brethren or the guidance of the blind sisters of the oracular order. I don't know why that's funny. Days have passed with me sleeping in the dens of cut purses, murderers, and worse, and the nights have seen me prowling through the worst alleys and wretched corners of Dunwall. I have taken my meals with killers. At times I have ventured beyond the city walls, meeting in forgotten graveyards and the outlying ruins frequented by those of ill means. My beard has grown long, and I wear the weathered clothing and bits of boiled leather favored by the Bottle Street and Hatter gangs, and by those rough men and women who make their trade knifing others in return for coin. My hands have run red with blood, it's true, but I have selected my targets with care, choosing among those criminals and heretics who were not fit to live, executing them justly, and using their deaths as a means of building my reputation. So far, this trick has allowed me to make my name among my murderous colleagues, without taking the lives of the innocent. My goal is singular. I must impress the assassin named Dawood in order to get close to him. Of all of the practitioners of black magic we have tracked, none concern the Abbey as much as Dawood. It is said that his mother was a witch from one of the archipelagos off the Pandesian coast, taken captive by pirates venturing far from the Isles. According to the legend, by the time the ship returned, the captain was dead, and the witch controlled the crew, with Dawood still a shadow in her belly. The earliest stories tell of a gang killer without mercy, moving among the shopkeepers and city watch officers of Dunwall like a reaper through wheat. Then a period of silence followed. Years we now believe he spent traveling the Isles, studying anatomy and the occult in the great halls of learning and in hidden basements frequented by fellow dabblers in the forbidden arts. Daoud is even purported to have spent a winter in the Academy of Natural Philosophy itself, and for a time, before a schism developed, he counted the Brigmore witches among his allies. All the while he honed his craft, and it is during this time that we believe he began to consort with the outsider. New reports emerged of a dusky-skinned assassin, paid by the elite to eliminate their rivals in Dunwall and in the other major cities across the Isles. Those who saw him and lived numbered in the handful, but all of them reported something strange. He appeared and vanished like smoke. From a nearby rooftop he gestured, and a noble woman stumbled from her balcony, falling to her doom on the cobblestones below. Most recently, as this new threat of plague has risen in Dunwall, Daoud has been seen leading a gang of men in dark leather, dressed as factory whalers in their vapor masks. They seem loyal beyond comprehension for one so unworthy, leading me to wonder if some of his magic is dedicated to lulling their minds, enslaving them. Only a month ago, one young girl claims to have come upon a strange scene. Carrying a bottle of milk home to her crippled brother, she was taking a shortcut through the tailor's district. In a narrow street, she passed beneath a window and heard unusual sounds from within. Pushing aside the ratty curtain, the girl saw into an abandoned apartment, used by miscreants for gambling and trading haberweed. An occult shrine had been erected against the far wall, which she recognized from the teachings given to her by her local overseer. A man she described as resembling Daoud was kneeling before the shrine, muttering to an unseen spirit as if in argument. He took a carving made of pale bone from the altar before him, and the lights all went out in a gush of unclean wind. Quiet as a field mouse, she slipped away, running until she reached her home. There can be no doubt. Daoud is an agent of the outsider and must die, for there is no limit to the evil this man might do. This is my solemn oath and the great purpose of my life. Until Daoud is dead and his corruption has been purged from the world, I will continue to move among the depraved, wending my way toward him. I will not drop my guise or don my overseer's mask again until Daoud breathes no more. Okay. Fascinating. Mystical whale artifact. Mystical wolfhound artifact. I'm guessing these are all DLC bone charms. Seems like it. This is what happens when you get the complete edition. Just have everything thrown at you at the same time. Alright, so what can we do with these bone charms? Alright. Let's start from the top, I guess. Fencer. Win sword versus sword contests more frequently. I don't know what that means. We'll get back to it. Blast resistant. Damage from explosions reduced slightly. Shot whiskey bottles explode with greater intensity. Power effects slightly improved. White rat's friend. White rats won't attack you. White rats can be consumed from mana, I guess. Drop assassination gives you a bit of health. Enemies miss more often with arrows and bolts. Sure. Swim speed increased. Breath capacity in water increased. Breaking glass sound is moderately reduced. Moderate keyhole peeping magnification. Alright. Alright. We'll add and replace once we have better charms. But yeah, that's it for now. Oh, no, hold on. Oh, brother. Alright, well, we're committed to this. We're gonna read everything we find, just like Prey. Just gotta water up first. Okay. Alright, I'm good. Here we go. Early life and criminal record, Slackjaw. Excerpt from a series of letters sent by a member of the Bottle Street Gang. You want the chinwag on Slackjaw, what he was like when we was young, before he got his name? Oh, he's got a cool head now, but it weren't always like that in the days before he was boss of the Bottle Street Gang. Time was, young Slackjaw wasn't such a reasonable man. Like most of us, he grew up on the streets, running with a pack of ragamuffins, avoiding the law, pinching whatever he needed, dark-haired and dark-eyed, smoking a pipe by the age of 10. For them born into the brothels or coming from the orphanages, it was either the gangs or working with the mudlarks, and no one wants that. Some got pressed into the Navy or put down in the mines run by the Pendleton or Boyle families. As hard as it was on the streets, as hungry as we all got, at least we was free. By the time we weren't little uns anymore, Slackjaw was one to watch, usually calling the shots when we took down a farmer's cart or sidewalk street vendor. He'd come up with a plan, give everyone some part to play, and decide on the split. Most of us just went along, because we learned fast that we made out better like that. More food, more coin. Plus, none of us wanted to deal with Slackjaw when he was in a rage. He worked on a couple of big jobs with Black Sally across town, and that was enough to get the attention of the other bosses. He wasn't just a street kid anymore. Now he was an up-and-comer, which meant trouble. Another guy who fancied himself as such was Mike the Fish, who was working his way up running the protection racket among the factory women. One fine evening, we're all taking in a bawdy show in the theater house. Mike the Fish and his lot are there in the cheap seats, too, just down the aisle from us. Mike gets a wild idea. He wasn't big on planning, and throws a heavy ceramic spittoon at Slackjaw. Hits him square in the face and breaks his jaw. We look to see if there's going to be a blood brawl, but Slackjaw just points at the door and we all leave, with Mike laughing at our backs. Waking up the next day without telling us why, Slackjaw motions for us all to follow. He still can't say a word, so we just come along. We stop at the docks and Slackjaw actually pays coin for it, a heavy chain covered in hooks. It's for fishing in the deep, something he'd attach to a long line off the side of a ship. It's about 4 feet, made of thick links. There are shark hooks coming off of it at different angles. Slackjaw's got that thing wrapped around his left arm, dangling at his side. Not sure how he knew where Mike the Fish was staying, but when we reach his girl's house, Slackjaw throws a bottle through the window just like that. It's almost noon. There's a bunch of screaming inside, and Mike pokes his head out, looking wide-eyed and baffled. When he sees Slackjaw out in the street, a look comes over his face that still gives me the willies. Pure murder. Mike comes out the side door bellowing like a blood ox, holding a cleaver, heading straight for Slackjaw. When they come together in the street, Slackjaw spins and the shark hooks bite deep into Mike's arm and shoulder. He screams, but Slackjaw holds onto the chain. He's standing there with his jaw broken, clenched tight, with the chain wrapped around his left arm. Hooks sunk into Mike the Fish, just knifing him as fast as he can. Mike couldn't fight very well, hooked like that and using his left hand, but he was a big guy and it took a lot of stabbing before he went to his knees. Everyone was cheering at first, but then we all went quiet. It just kept going and going, till finally it was just Mike the Fish blubbering, crying like a baby, and the sound of Slackjaw's knife. When it was over, and here's the brilliant part, Slackjaw took out a note and stuck to Mike's face with a nail. It just said, "If you want a job, come to Bottle Street." Slackjaw didn't talk right for a couple of months, but word spread fast. By the end of the year, once we had a sizable gang going, he sent out letters to the other bosses, telling them that he was running a brand new crew over on Bottle Street. Most of them laughed or beat up the guys who delivered the letters. Green-Eye Trish even came back missing a thumb. But apparently Slackjaw was expecting that kind of reaction and had a backup plan. A week later, 4 of the bosses were dead. It seemed like a series of unfortunate events, but everyone knew better. One shot dead by the watch while standing in the middle of a meat market, another slipping and falling into the water, out cold. One of the older bosses found in bed with his belly open wide and a TV in pear stuffed into his mouth. Still not sure what that meant. And Sheila Barnsworth was found bubbling in a cauldron of hot wax. Slackjaw sent out another set of letters. Offers to the underbosses, telling them that they be treated fair as peers. He even sent Green-Eye Trish with one of the letters. All of the underbosses accepted. After spilling the guts of his main competition, Slackjaw went in for stabilizing his business, real neat-like, calling in favors, smoothing things over, giving everyone a little bit of coin or drink as a bonus, showing what he could be like as boss. So everything got quiet, which always makes the boys of the City Watch nervous, of course. Word went out among the Royal Spymaster's snitches, the responsible citizens group they call themselves, telling everyone working in a shop or sweeping off the front steps of their homes to keep watchful eyes for Slackjaw and his men, trying to suss out what they were up to and what had just happened. But Slackjaw ain't stupid. He greased a few palms among the shopkeepers and the watch too, telling them that he was in town to stay and that things would be run properly from now on. Without so much blood, he was finally a real boss, ready to settle into the business of moving whiskey, running the Hound fights, and offering up the ladies and gentlemen of the night, if you take my meaning. Then, the plague came. At first, it seemed like a good thing. Few people got sick, and everyone wanted to buy those potions, from Sokolov or Piero, health elixir or spiritual remedy, they call them. Slackjaw told me he saw an opportunity. We already had an old whiskey factory with a still, where we could water the stuff down and sell it discounted. Doing the same with Sokolov's elixir was a smart plan. Pretty soon everybody in the slums was sick and business was good. But after a while, there were so many people down with the plague that everyone got scared. Everybody started acting real nasty and everything fell apart. When people can't work, they don't have the coin for elixir, watered down or pure. When the Empress died, it seemed like Dunwall would slide into the void. Spymaster Burroughs took over the watch and the watch started using all that new Sokolov technology. Watchtowers, tall buoys, and them arc pylons. They put up a wall of light across Clavering Boulevard and cracked down hard. But Slackjaw surprised us again. Instead of leaving town on a boat bound for Morley or one of the other isles, he stayed and kept it all together. We get as much elixir to fight off the plague as the City Watch, with their taxes and rations, and that's kept us alive so far. Well, there you go. The life and history of Slackjaw. Fascinating. The Journal of Granny Rags. Excerpt from the ramblings of a street denizen. Of course I'll tell you, dearie. I won't keep any secrets from you in the end. All the dreary days of my life are like the windows of a house. From the kitchen I can see out into the garden where the leaves and stalks are brown and bug-eaten. You can see a little lump of dirt where something was wrapped in a blanket and laid to rest along the rows of twisting vines. The front room looks out into the street where the neighbors are all setting fire to their homes, barricading themselves inside, warm and snug, dearie. Don't forget about the bedroom, either. It sees into a dreary alley, where hooligans are playing a game with an old man. The first two are hitting him with sticks, and the girl with them is kicking at his dry old ribs. Oh, to have those bones, to boil them in a pot. No one lives in my house anymore, dearie. No one you'd want to meet. When I lived there with my husband, we were fine people. Vera more, everyone would say. Your house is as grand as Boyle Manor. Even better. Better even. Your dinners are lavish and your parties are the best. When that young Sokolov came to paint my portrait, I was nearly still in my prime. Radiant, he said, and he was just barely a man, so young, painting all the best people across the land. Everyone wanted to portrait by his hand, all my friends. I was the only one, dearie, what with his paint glistening on the canvas for a pretty coin. But it wasn't all parties and paintings. My husband and I weren't always at home, no. We traveled together, he and I, to the far ends of the Isles, beyond even, all the way to the red cliffs of Pandysia, to dig in the rock and crawl through the caves, holding up candles and squinting at the walls. Many precious things we came upon, but none so precious as the boy with the black eyes, dearie. All those marks and bones, carved so deep and polished so bright. I brought the old bones home, hid them from my dear husband. Then I learned to boil them and carve them myself. They made such good presents, dearie. The little mute boy took them home. He loved them so. All the time he came back with new bones for me, holding them up so I could see it in his eyes, even though his tongue was still. Granny, his eyes would say to me, "Carve these bones for me. Make me another present." And he went so far, all the way to Dunwall Tower, the royal headsman himself now. My little mute boy and his shiny, shiny sword. Better bones were what I needed, you see. Better bones to carve and polish, scrape and gleam. My dear old husband was always tired. I made him soup, and then he was sick. Better bones was all. For my little mute boy, carved in the name of the one with the black eyes, and after my husband was gone, given away as birthday gifts. I didn't want to live there anymore. So now I am old and don't have many to give my presents to. It's sifting through the garbage for granny rags, and feeding the little birdies that gather at my feet. No one wants to have tea, dearie, especially those rude louts on Bottle Street. Slackjaw and his boys, always meddling with an old woman just trying to make her way. In the end, we'll be together with him, you and me, in the dreary night with stars above and below, and always the one with the black eyes, dearie. Okay then, well, that's the end of that. Alright, time to head downstairs and...
Should I clear space for Samuel then?
If you like, but he won't use it.
Check in on...
He can't sleep in regular beds anymore, or that's what he says. Says he was in the Navy too long. Can you believe it?
Oh.
That pile of wood out there? It's a hovel he built from an old rowboat. Where does Admiral Havelock find these people, I wonder?
Women and their gossip.
I had a sailor for a boyfriend once. He thought he'd strike gold digging in the Pandysian cliffs.
Mm-hmm.
They found his ship drifting empty.
Oh, well, I'm sorry to hear that.
Good day, Master Corvo.
Hello? In the Navy. Sail the seven seas.
Citizens of Dunwall, the old port district has been
In the
added to the
Navy.
evacuation list. The Weeper count for the month of seeds has increased. The Lord Regent has decreed that plague ordinances will remain in effect through the month of rain. Stay alert.
Admiral?
Stay loyal.
There you are.
Well, let's get down to it. First off, I know that assassination is dark business, but sometimes good men have to do bad things to make the world right. Our purpose is clear. We want to restore Her Majesty's line by finding and putting Emily Kaldwin on the throne. To those ends, we'll hide, act in shadow, take them apart, piece by piece. Tonight, High Overseer Campbell dies by your hand. It won't be easy. He's protected by his overseers, an army of religious zealots. But if anyone can do it, you can. Your exploits are legendary. Campbell carries a private journal. Once you've eliminated him, get the journal, because we think it contains Emily's location. Recovering her is obviously critical, assuming she's alive. That's the gist of it. Remember our cause and strike true. We're counting on you. Another thing.
Alright.
Campbell is holding a former overseer by the name of Martin. He's one of us, and if you manage to find him, give him whatever help you can. He's a master strategist, and he got caught working for our cause. It'd be good to have him back here at the Hound Pits.
Alright. I'll see what I can do. The Exquisite Tall Boy. Excerpt from a letter of public concern by anonymous authors. What you've read here is the truth, regardless of what you will hear from the authorities who rule over us. It is not a matter of coincidence that the former royal spy master is the one who stepped in when the late Empress fell. We, who will remain nameless, believe that these events are interconnected. The signs of oppression are all around us. The Sokolov designs, originally intended to provide light and warmth in our homes, have been turned against us as a means of inspiring fear and controlling our movements through the city. And where did this plague originate? Some say it was imported. A wild theory, perhaps. One of our members risked her life to obtain an internal report from the government, which we will be printing and sharing soon, called The Exquisite Tall Boy, extolling the virtues of this newest member of the City Watch. To those in the streets below, these virtues are horrors, spread by stilted thugs who rain down fire on the sick and the poor. To these eyes, the Tall Boy is another government bully, armed with incendiary devices, thickly armored and standing high overhead, looking down at the common people of the city. We now know that the Tall Boys are heavily drugged, imbibing a substance that renders them resistant to pain, but also dulls whatever empathy they might normally possess. Exquisite? We think not. Copy these words and share them with your neighbors, and remember, when the tides are lowest, the truth will be revealed. Fascinating. Alright, oh. Right. Okay. Let's go look for our...
Oh.
Hello?
Corvo. Hello.
Hello?
I'm Callista. I work here for Admiral Havelock.
Yeah?
I'm sorry to intrude on your business, but this is important.
Yeah?
I suspect you're going to kill the High Overseer. That wretched man. There's really no reason for you to listen to me. But my uncle, Jeff Kernow, still serves as captain in the City Watch.
Right.
But he's a good man, and my only family. The chatter in servant circles is that Campbell just took delivery of an exotic poison.
Yeah.
And I think I know why. My uncle's not corruptible like the rest of them. Campbell is going to poison my uncle. Do you think you could protect him? You used to do that, right? Before you had your current profession.
Yeah.
Before you became an assassin.
Right. I see. An uncle who is a captain of the City Watch. Captain Kernow. Okay, I'll do my best, I guess. Can't really guarantee anything, but yeah. I'll see what I can do. Oh. What is that? Oh. Little shit. Play your way. Powers. The powers you obtain from runes can be used creatively to defeat enemies or move through the environment. Blink from river to first fish. Okay. Alright. There we go. Rune acquired. Alright then. Piero? Are you home, buddy?
What can I do for you?
I don't know. Let's see. What can you do for me? Oh, I can buy a rune. How many runes can I buy? Pistol accuracy, pistol magazine. Okay. Take one of those. Bullet capacity. Sure. There we go. Might as well. Accuracy. Pistol reload. Mask optics. Perfect. Now we can get this. Build up adrenaline by blocking attacks, performing assassinations, and inflicting melee damage. Once adrenaline is maxed out, move close to an enemy and press Y for an instant fatality. Level 2, double tap Y to execute a double adrenaline attack, instantly killing more than one enemy. You can move and look freely while doing this in order to aim at your targets. Sounds very useful. Jump height is increased, falling damage is reduced. Level 2, overall movement speed is increased. Unaware enemies who don't see you turn to ash as they die. All enemies turn to ash as they die. Swarm of rats. Powerful wind attack. Bend time. Possession. Alright. Let's try this out.
Part of the soul live in the heart? If the heart keeps beating, does that mean that the spirit is never released into oblivion? I can keep a heart beating forever with electricity, but what does that mean for any essence trapped within? It'd be easier if I created these processes in waking hours. I am uneasy pursuing avenues that emanate from my dreaming mind.
Interesting. Okay, I think we've already read that. Alright, well. I think we're good to go. Here we go. Samuel?
Ready to go? Just give the signal.
Let's go. Take me to the distillery district.